Today in this session, we are going to discuss about whether Java is passed by reference or passed by value here. So to understand this thing, first of all, understand pass by reference. You can say when a method is called, the method arguments, if the method argument refer the same variable in the memory as the caller, same means the method arguments refer the same variable in the memory as the caller, means both are same, both are referring the same memory location, then it is called call by reference here. So now we know that in the Java actually there is no concept of call by reference. It actually supports call by value. But if it is to understand that how call by reference work, let me explain this thing. This is my car class. It contains a property color here, and then I have in the car class I have a constructor so that I can assign the value for my color here. Okay, now I have created a swap color function which is actually swapping the my objects, my C1 and C2 object. It will swap. I've written a code in such a way like whenever I'm passing C1 and C2 within the logic, I'm replacing the C1 by C2 and C2 by C1. I've written a code card temp equal to C1, so I'm storing the C1 in the temp variable, then C1 equal to C2 means I'm referring the C1 to the C2, and now again storing the temp in the C2, it means C1 and C2 should be swapped. That is you can say that is the main purpose of this function here. Okay, now what we have done in the you can say Pradeep class, here you can say I created a C1 object, C1 reference, and created a you can say object which is storing the color red, and C2 is created another object which is storing the color yellow here. Then I printed the value for C1 color and C2 color, and then I call the function you can say car.swap color and pass these C1 and C2 to this function. Okay, so now after that I try to print the values of C1 color and the C2 color here. Okay, so here the important thing is that if call by reference, if it is going to work as a call by reference, it means when I am writing the code when I call the swap color method, so what will happen? C1 will be replaced by C2 and C2 will be replaced by C1. It means the color of C1 will become yellow and C2 dot color will become red here. That is the concept of you can say call by reference here, pass by reference here. Okay, now if you want to you can say understand it properly, let me show you with the help of this diagram. This is my stack memory and this is my heap memory here. Okay, now you can say that first of all in the you can say in my stack memory, whenever you can say that whenever you create you can say any function or you call a function, it creates a function stack. It creates a function stack in the stack memory. So it created a main function stack, and then it has created two you can say reference variable C1, and it created the object in the memory color red, so it is pointing this one. Then C2, it is created another object, and C2 is pointing to the another object in the heap memory. So these two objects are created. Now when we are going to call the swap color method, we have called the swap color method. So whenever we are calling the swap color method, what will happen? It will create a function stack for the swap color method also, and the swap color method, it will create a C1 you can say argument and C2 argument, right? But in the case of call by reference, what will happen? C1 will point to the same C1 in the as C1 main you can say reference is pointing, and the same C1 argument will present the or refer to the same value in the memory, and C2 will refer the same memory. So it means what will happen if we try to switch the C1 and C2, like in the main I have switched in the swap color function, if I have switched the C2 by C1 and C1 by C2, so what will happen? It means both will be swapped, and in the main method now C1 will present the yellow object and C2 will present the red object. So this is called call by you can say reference. Second thing is called pass by value. What is pass by value? When a method is called, the caller passes a copy of the argument. The caller passes the copy of the argument variable to the method, not the actual reference. Then what will happen? It resulted in two values in the memory. It actually going to store two values in the memory, and this is called call by value. Same function, you can say that if you want to understand the same function in respects of call by value, let me show you that thing. Again, this is my stack memory, this is my heap memory. Main method will show create one object C1, and it is going to refer this one. C2, it is going to refer yellow. Now this is the you can say main. When you can say it is going to call the swap color method, it will contain two arguments C1 and C2, but because it is passed by you can say value, which is actually supported by Java, C1 will actually get the copy of the C1 from the main. Means in the swept color argument, C1 will not get the actual reference. It will get the value from the C1, and C2 argument in the swept color function will get the value from the C2 reference variable. So they will get the copy of the C1 and C2, not the actual reference. It means in the swept color, if I will change C1 with the C2 and C2 with the C1, it will not impact the actual C1 and C2. The values for C1 will still, you can say, red, and for C2 it will remain yellow. If you want to see that, I can show you with the help of a program. This is, you can say, this is the program. This is my, you can say, car class, you can say that, and there we have written the method. So same function I've written it. If I run this, you can say, code, you will see the output will be remain same. Why? Because this program is written in the Java, and Java only supports pass by value. I hope you understand that what is the difference between pass by reference and pass by value, and how Java only supports pass by value. If still you have any doubt, you can put your doubts in the comment of this video. If you like the video, you can click on the like button. And if you have not subscribed my channel till now, you can subscribe it. Thank you.